you are, whatever you do, fear of death lies somewhere underneath. What if the constant veil of fear could turn into a field of realization that what seems to be extremely important in your daily life, business meetings, broken relationships, financial issues, is nothing but relative. In fact, less than relatively important, truly trivial in front of the gross image of life on earth. Memento mori, remembrance of death, a blissful state of everything in the physical world being a continuously dying and renewing energy. Not a haunting feeling of anxiety and depression, of vanity and despair, but an inner smile. Really? Is this so crucial as I think right now? This is truly a wonderful world to live in, despite the hardships, for everything has been born from the One and shall die to return to the One. Such an inspiration, such a relief. This is the realization that makes life on earth a blissful walk through a sacred forest. Nothing is so important after all. Let us tune with this. I wake up in the morning. I pray to Spirit, the primary source of creation, and ask to be given clarity of the importance of recycling on the physical world, so that I can face ego death and be born anew as an aligned triadic being, body, mind, and soul. Great mystery of creation, reveal to me life on earth as a joyful dance. Show me how to treat life on earth as if I were growing the most beautiful sacred flower. I keep watering it, but not too much, tending to the roots, but not staring at them, waiting for them to show me signs of prosperity. Make sure the petals, experiences day by day, are full of color and are never curling. And once I neglect my plant, keep reminding me that this is your gift and it is soon to be taken away. So I will remind my human self to spontaneously take care of it. Remembrance of death. That is the simplicity I am asking for. Midday comes. I'm going to practice ego observation here and now, using memento mori, remembrance of death. Breathe in and out. Breath and action of the living. Unity with the unseen. Keep breathing and consciously relaxing tense muscles, the neck, shoulders, face muscles, abdomen. As I breathe in, I visualize an hourglass with sand, falling bit by bit from top to bottom, and I feel relieved for the gift of life. Of all the wonders that I yet have heard, it seems to me most strange that humans should fear seeing that death, a necessary end, will come when it will come. Keep breathing and observing the position of the breath. Where is my breath right now? Was today's important issue really that important? Life's but a walking shadow, a poor actor that struts and frets his hour upon the stage, and then is heard no more, and remembered no more. It is a tale, signifying nothing. What a relief! And I took my human self seriously. Honestly, I can just relax, observe my life as a tale, and just live it. Keep breathing in and out slowly and feeling the inner body. Sensations of the body that I have been taking for granted. I feel hungry. Like as the waves make towards the pebbled shore, so do our minutes hasten to their end, each changing place with that which goes before, in sequent toil, all forwards do contend. What a relief! What an unburdened way of staying present, truly knowing that there is no such thing as outer circumstances being more important than life itself. I feel the invisible currents of my physical body, the vibration in my palms. In the afternoon I see the myth. I come back to my mental space. I haven't avoided despair and depression. What is the point in living anyway? Is everything useless and vain? Do I have to be torturing myself, keeping in mind that we humans are condemned to death? Physical death, challenges, illnesses, wars, human crisis, trafficking, weapons. Fear of death is a great sadness, and I am being judged by my own mind. Do I even need or want death? All good and bad things that can happen to my body can be considered as temporary, because in time of death I am going to be separated by them, and even before death I can detach from them. Is that right? Breathe in and out slowly, and observe attachments of the mind. The fear of death. Is death inevitable? Is there such a way, a process of fully savoring real life, a life of wholeness and completion, by simply moving towards this inner space of non-thoughts and non-attachments? Whenever you find yourself disposed to retire for a while and stay in stillness, away from trivial matters of the world, then be sure that this quietness will give you a glance of freedom, freedom from fears and habits of your normal life, freedom from the fear of death. Stay in faith that in inner stillness, peace, detachment from unnecessary worries, doubting your daily worries, and even detachment from obsessive worrying, you will get closer to aligning to your true self. Therefore, be brave. Accept hardships as experiences, gifts of life, and believe that life is not to be avoided by thinking of death. On the contrary, teachings are intrinsic of the human nature, and they cannot be avoided by anybody. No human experience on earth is free of challenges, but nothing can harm you at your deepest level, at your core, as a soul. The physical is temporary. The eternal knows that. The evening embraces me. I'll give myself an example. One day, I was dancing cheerfully on the street, in life-affirming joy, singing and jumping along with hundreds of other people, all of us living expressions of happiness, waves of love, and energetic explosions of vitality itself. I was holding in my hands a photo of my deceased grandfathers. They had died together the year before, he 97, she 93. And I had inner joy for their lives, their amazingly compassionate and grounded lives, with their ups and downs of almost a century, that I felt it was disrespectful to mourn. Death felt like a natural phase in life's long string of events, and I danced and sang for my grandfathers and all the ancestors and all of our human race that constantly moves in and out the physical world. Recycling, we are nature. Everything lives, loves, and dies. I wanted to pour water to quench their thirst after the long journey back to source, save some food and invite them to join me in a cheerful coming back together, light a candle for each of them and say thanks that they were once here and that I was also a part of their heritage. I danced, I didn't resist, and I accepted it with great pleasure as part of the flower of life. I am even grateful for their death, a great teaching. I don't wish to abolish the cosmic laws and get into the suffering of resistance. I accept what is with pleasure. Divine love directs and governs all the physical things. I danced. It was Dia de los Muertos, Day of the Dead. I remembered death, and I danced for life. At night, I move to my heart space in trust of the divine. I stay in faith that life worths it after all. Whenever I return to my spiritual practices and quit obsessive thinking, I devote myself to aligning with the One. Then I magically realize that the necessities of the physical world are easily being handled. Great mystery. I don't allow sadness to stick to my heart and harden my face. I recognize the silent observer inside me. I know from the beginning of time, in every generation walking on earth, it has been a matter of challenges and death. Where does this come from, that we don't want challenges? Let me know that it is my ego, and that without challenges, I wouldn't be living even this life. Nobody has passed from this earthly life at ease. Please, allow my physical vessel to surrender, my disturbed and misty mind to avoid forgetting the wisdom of the One, to skip the closure of the door to consciousness. Allow humbleness go hand in hand with the joy of life. Heart prayer to the One, for all humans to embrace our gifts of happiness and pleasures given throughout life and never undervalue them. To embrace gratitude for the gift of life. To see in earthly life the doorway that opens up to the flow of divine grace into the heart and its manifestation on the planet. To consciously live life and death as a divine gift of manifested bliss on the physical world. Dear diary, good night.